Hi and welcome. Kind of interesting to read that Prince Harry is ready to forgive. What is he talking about? Why would he be the one that's ready to forgive? It's like him and Meghan have thrown all these bombs to the royal family, all this nastiness, all this horrible stuff their way, thrown them under the bus, calling them racists. We won't even talk about their so called children. And yet he's the one that's ready to forgive. Forgive for what? What did the royal family do to them? Pay for their wedding, give them a free home, give them money, pay for all their flights, pay for all their clothes. I mean, really? These people really do come from a different kind of thinking capacity to the normal everyday person, don't they? Because they are the ones that are ready to forgive. It's just absurd the way they carry on, the way that they think that they're they're in the right and the royal family's in the wrong. It's just absolutely crazy to think that they can do all that to their family and then they're going to be ready to forgive. Like, yes, we're ready to forgive. Please. Just another puff piece, I'm sure, just to make themselves look good. Just like this new home that they've got as well. Are they really that scared that Trump's not going to get elected? And that's why they have to have this house to run away to, just in case they get deported? Or is it because they're running away from the Diddy drama? I haven't gotten into much of that actually, but it kind of rings a bit of a alarm bell that they're trying to escape where they are right now. But are they? Is it just a ploy? Is it just something that they're putting out there to bait people? Everything with these two, you've got to question. You've got to question it once, twice, and three times, and you may get to the bottom of it. You may get a little bit of truth from it. God, it's mind boggling, isn't it? But I guess they've been really, really quiet at the moment. And when they go quiet, they're normally up to something, aren't they? And I wish they'd come out and just say something about these children or bring out some photos of these children. So then everyone can kind of put that to rest as well. Maybe throw out a bit of a DNA. No, I'm just kidding. They're never going to do that. Wishful thinking, isn't it? For them to throw out of a DNA, or are they just really waiting for someone to throw some evidence out there and the decision not be theirs to be made, so that their hands forced? Maybe they're just waiting for that, a little bit of a snippet of something to come out and for them not to have to really face it, just to brush over it. Very interesting, isn't it? Now, the King and Queen are having a wonderful time here in Australia. We did have a bit of a blip with Senator Lydia Thorpe. What an absolute moron she is. I'm absolutely ashamed and disgusted about the way she carried on. How embarrassing. But she's very well known here for being a gobby. I don't even know what to call her. She just goes off on tangents and, telling screaming at the king and queen to give back their land and genocide, etc. It's got nothing to do with the king, right? She's just a nutter. And she says he's not my king. Well, she actually vowed her alliance to the king when she took her oath in Parliament, so she'd want to question that again, wouldn't she? She's just an embarrassment. How embarrassing. But the king and queen, if you had seen the recording of that, they just kind of laughed and chatted away amongst themselves and kind of turned a deaf ear to them, which they're very good at. The royals are all really good at just turning a deaf ear to the noise, which comes in handy most of the time. But they have got a really warm welcome wherever they've gone. King Charles gave a great speech last night here, and he put out there, his love for Australia. He's always had a really soft spot for Australia, which is kind of really nice, because he was here when he went to school in Geelong when he was 17. The Queen sent him here because he was getting bullied a lot at school, and she kind of sent him here to have a bit of a break. And he loved it. He found a really strong connection here, and he loves coming back here. And for him to give up his or stall, sorry, his cancer treatment to come all this way, because it is a long flight to come all this way to be here and be the first king on our soil, is absolutely amazing. He's done wonderful. He's looking really well, and I hope that both of them, they live a long, happy, healthy life, because they just look so in love. Even when they were coming down the steps of the aeroplane, he always stops and looks back to see if she's okay, and they kind of have that little, you can tell they're so in love. They have that little banter between themselves, the little smirks and looks they give each other. It's really, really nice to see, especially at their age, to see that they still have that spark between them. It's really, really lovely. But they have had a wonderful time. The Queen, also Queen Camilla, was holding a koala, which that's a bit interesting with the coloured dress she had on, because they can be quite messy, koalas, and they do smell a bit. I hope they'd had a wash before they gave them to them, and they can scratch and bite as well. So that was very brave of her. And also, a llama spat or sneezed. Didn't really spit, I suppose, but they're known for spitting at the king, and he kind of just said bless you to the llama, which was really lovely. He's had the biggest smile on his face since he's been here. I know most of you probably think, oh, it's for the camera, etc. And I get that. I get that they have to put on the smiles and the happy faces and stuff, but it's like it's a real genuine smile, like the world's lifted off his shoulders just for a short period of time so he can enjoy himself. I think it's been absolutely amazing. Now, also, there's a little bit of a puff piece out there about Meghan having something in her back pocket for backup, which is kind of interesting. I know that people are saying it could be a book in the making, but anything she says is going to be thought about again 2 times, 3 times to see if it's true or not. And she's trying to quieten down a little bit and go with dignity. Isn't that lovely? She's going to choose dignity and joy. How lovely of her. How awesome of her to be that person. Sarcasm inserted. Because she doesn't know how to be like that. Well, she's shown us she doesn't know how to be like that. It's not like we are saying that to be nasty or anything. It's what she's shown us. I mean, in my opinion, that's what she's portrayed to us, that she doesn't like to be a nice person. She likes to be a bully. She likes to be the person that dictates things. She likes to be the boss. Well, you can't be a bully all your life, because that's just not nice. So, and she's copped the backlash from being this nasty person out doing what she's done, especially to the royal family. Set aside everything else, the staff, etc., that she has bullied. And hasn't that gone a little bit quiet too? Because they put out that stupid surfing thing, like that was a bit of a joke, wasn't it? I'm sure, of course it looked very, very fake, but what was that even for? A commercial? A Pepsi ad? I have no idea. Really weird. He's a really, really. Harry has turned into this real weirdo, hasn't he? Or maybe he was always like that, and now we're just seeing his true colours because Megsy has brought him out in him. These two are really cut from the same cloth, aren't they? That's why I honestly feel that they are still together. I know a lot of people think they're not and they're living separate lives. I understand that. And I kind of, sometimes I think, oh, that could be true, but I just don't see it happening because they need each other. They need to thrive on each other. Yes, they've probably gone their separate ways in a business sense because Harry gets the more popularity than she does, and that would be really pissing her off, wouldn't it? And I still maintain that same thing that I said the other day, that wouldn't she really be annoyed that Harry's not defending her with the bullying allegations and everything else, her being roasted on the red carpet, etc.? He hasn't said boo about it. I wonder if she's really, really annoyed about that because she'd probably expect him to say something or stick up for her, but they've kind of gone a little bit radio silent. So I suspect something is brewing in the background and they will come out with something else. They really needed this house, did they? Is that where the missing $6 million went, or is it in Doria's bank account? Because Doria is another one, along with Marcus Anderson, who have gone a little bit MIA, flying under the radar. Normally, when they do that, they're up to no good. But are they really going to move to this new place? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's just an escape place, just in case Donald Trump does get elected and he's worried about being deported? But then again, on his visa, will he really be deported? We've got to always remember he is the king's son, so there's got to be some kind of pull there, doesn't there? There's got to be some kind of royalties with that. Pardon the punt. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and comments um, in the comment section down below. Hope you're all well, enjoying your day, and yes, let's see what unfolds next. Catch you later.